ਪਿਆਰੇ ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. It's always our greatest honor, our greatest privilege in the presence of our city, Gurdwara Sahib. And as a sangat today, we face many challenges. We face a challenge of how do we want to move forward as sangat into our future. And that's something that we have to learn and understand. Our Sangat today has to understand what is our future. And what do we want as a Sangat in our future? This world that we're in today, as we call the Kali Yuga, is a darker age, is a tough time. We see what's happening in this world with all the craziness, the insanity. And our Gurus understood that. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was brought to this planet, this earth, so the world would know the truth of living this life and how to live a life of peace. Guru Nanak wanted to bring just a very simple understanding to the life of every human being. Guru Nanak Dev Ji didn't go to set out to make a religion. He gave us a way to live, a day-to-day living life. For what reason? There was many different faiths and things you could follow. What was different with Guru Nanak Dev Ji? What was the difference? Before Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they said God lives outside of you. And only somebody could take you to that God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, nay. He said that God lives inside of you. And everyone can feel God. Don't we say Ek Onkar, one God? In English we say God and me and God are one. There's no separation. Separation means distance. There's no distance. Before Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they said there's a distance between you and God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said no, there's no distance. That in each and every one of us lives that God. So he said, don't look through your eyes at each other as Sangat. Don't look just through these eyes. Look through eyes of love and see the light that lives into the heart of every person. If I look at you, do I just see you? Nay. I see that light, that beauty, that love, that glow that's in your heart. Guru Nanak said that if you don't see God in all, you don't see God at all. Right? Very simple. If you don't see God in everybody, you don't see God. Right? But can you imagine, Sangat, if that we understand that and live it? Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, live it. Live that life. That one God is the same God of every person. So we have to understand, and I want our young people and our children, most importantly, to understand that our Gurus brought what we call an advanced technology. You know that word, advanced? Technology. He brought an advanced technology to teach a human to become literally superhuman. Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us a form. And we call that form what? What do we call that form? Khalsa. He gave a form called Khalsa. Khalsa doesn't just mean pure one. We see English sometimes they translate. Khalsa is beyond just pure. And it's not just Khalsas and just how many swords I can carry and how big a khanda I can wear. That's part of it. That's our courage. But Khalsa also is kindness, is giving, is sharing, accepting, and tolerance. But if in our own sangat we can't accept each other, we call ourselves Khalsa, don't we? We call ourselves Sikhs of the Guru. But do we believe it? Do we live it? And do we create a future through it? Khalsa is a future. And the Raj of Khalsa is here, is not tomorrow, is not 100 years from today, is now. I came to the feet of the Guru, I was 24 years old. Next year is 40 years. I'm 64 next year. 40 years. What did I learn? Now, many of our young people, others come to me, and I have to teach them what I learned at the feet of the Guru in 40 years, and I have to give to you in 40 minutes. We don't have that time. We don't have that luxury. We have to give you that teaching, that understanding, and that devotion in 40 minutes. Because now is the time, Sangha. It's not we'll wait 5 years, we'll see what's happened, maybe 10 years, we'll see where we are. Now is our time. Because the world needs Gurbani. The world needs to know the power of Sangat. But we have to understand. Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us the Bana so others would know who we are. We're not afraid to wear the Bana. So anyone can see us anytime and say, that person, that is a Khalsa, and they shall help us. And Bana is also for the individual. It's not just outside of you. But when we wear the Bana, we have to represent ourselves in Bana. We have to be pure in our actions, clear in the things that we do. When we wear the Bana of the Guru, it teaches us that we have a responsibility to uphold that standard and not let it fall. I know you don't want to wear Bana. I wear white Bana. Everything shows up. I spill the ketchup, it shows up. Everything shows up on the Bana. You can't hide. So we wear the Bana of the Guru so others will know us. And we also wear the Bana of the Guru so that we know ourselves. Do you understand? It's a beautiful understanding to live that way. And Bani. That Bana is outside of us. It's something we wear, we dress. We have Panchkakar, exact science of a human. Is that not true? Kara represents. Can you see it if you wear your Kara? Can you tell me where that Kara begins and where it ends? You can't. And that we call the circle of life. Kara reminds us that life is without beginning and without end. And we live in that circle of life. We come to the feet of the Guru, we bow, we walk, and we circle the Guru. And Kirtan we wear. as a sign of our strength and our courage, and will never be aggressive against anyone, but we shall always protect those who are in need. And we keep our case, our hair, those strings, we call them case, and we tie it up in that knot like an antenna. Hair is living. When we cut into our own strength. And when we tie that hair up, it gives this brain, you know, have you ever had a battery in your car and it goes dead and you use those cables to jump it, right, and it starts? When we tie our hair up, it's like jump starting our brain, the same. The brain stays alert. We put the star to cover, keep it clean. We cover the top so that all those harmful rays of the sun don't affect us. The UV rays is all science. It's not a ritual, it's a science. This skull of ours has 26 bones. As soon as we tie this to star and put that pressure, all those bones go into what we call alignment. Gives us perfect adjustment. And you know, we have those two things on the sides of our head. We call those temples. Every human being has two temples. We're very blessed. And that the star puts the pressure on that part. You know, when you have a headache, you rub your head, right? Gives you relief. We're always there. We're always in that relief. So case is very important for the body to function properly. And Ganga we put in to keep clean. And you know that Ganga is made of what? Is wood. What is the one material that doesn't conduct electricity? It's called wood, right? Do you ever comb your hair and sparks fly? You have that electricity, right? As soon as you put that wooden Ganga, it balances your mind from all that activity and reminds us to keep clean, yes. And Kachera, to show our purity. But did you know that in our thighs, when the Kachera is tight, it controls the chemical balance of your body? And that by having that tightness creates an air pocket so that you never lose your strength. Today we wear those tight jeans and we pull them up. It does more damage than you know. So there's a science of understanding. It's not just do it because it's a ritual. It's to understand human potential. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, he knew what the exact potential of a human was and how to exalt that potential to become stable, steady, secure, and strong. 4 things: stable, steady, secure, and strong. Is that not why for every one that fell, 10 more came in their place? Guru Gobind Singh Ji had his soldiers run with the horses to give them stamina. So Satsangat Ji, we have something very unique. It's not a small thing. There's only one question we have today with our Sangat. Do you believe it? Do you trust it? Can you live it? Or do you want to deny it? You've heard me tell you many times that story. I came that first time, almost 40 years ago, to the feet of the Guru. And if you haven't noticed, I am white. I'm Gora. Although now they changed the category. And so I think Hari Nam Singh Ji, I don't think he's quite Gora anymore, but he's not quite Punjabi. So we made a new category. We called it Gora Punjabi. I think we fit in somewhere in between. You know, something, I don't know. But what did Guruji bring to me? Gave me my life. And I came that day at the feet of the Guru at 24. I had never in my life known, even heard the word. But I did the Matatek. And tears came from my eyes. I cried. And I knew right at that moment, exactly, I had found my true father. I had found my home. And I had found my sangat. And to this day, I stand before my Guru. I say, Guru, maybe I'm the most rotten in the world, the most terrible you'll ever meet. But I say, Guruji, I shall never leave your feet, no matter what. You are my life source. And I thank you. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave us the Guru Gadi of Sri Guru Granth Sahib. He installed the Guru as our only Guru for all time. We never bow at the feet of a human. Sometimes our young people, but they come to me, they say, why can we not bow at the feet of a human? And I say, because a human being has limitation. That means if you come to me today, maybe I'm in a good mood. Maybe you'll talk to me tomorrow, I'm in a bad mood, right? Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj has no mood. Is the same 24/7, 365 days a year. Human being has a limitation. We're limited by the time and the space. Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj has no time, has no space, is timeless and spaceless. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, every one of us individually shall find our sovereignty, our individual relationship at the feet of the Guru. And he said, you shall find me there. Each page is an ang, is a limb. And he said, you'll find me in each ang of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. You'll see me. But we have to develop that relationship. Make that connection. Our young people, our children need to understand that Guru Granth Sahib Ji is their Guru. Look what happened recently in India. Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji gave its own sacrifice so the world would know what is Sri Guru Granth Sahib. Gave its own sacrifice. So that we could live today in a purity of teaching that can uplift your spirit, raise you so high, give you such guidance, such truth, such awareness. In Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, there's everything you need to learn about psychology. There's everything you need to learn about diet. There's everything you need to learn about the way to live. There's everything to learn about a way of life, of how to walk, how to think, how to talk, how to be. Don't we spend so much millions of dollars? We buy those books in the store, how to find happiness, how to find God, how to find 7 steps to peace, all this. And we don't realize what we have at our fingertips. I started our Katha today by saying we have to make a decision as a sangat. Do we trust the Hukanama? Do we trust in Guru's words? And does that become our guide? And I'm from the Western mind, I'm worse than anybody. And our kids are born here in the West. What's their favorite word when we say something? They go, why, why, why. We tell them you should go wah, 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 but they go why, why. And if we don't give them the answer, they find it elsewhere. They're very smart. These children have every social media. They know everything. The youngest little ones go on the computer. They can find everything. But it's also an overload. When we sit our kids only in front of the TV sets and the computers and all those games, I'm not saying they shouldn't have some, yes, but there's too much. Then they get overloaded in their minds. And then you wonder why they don't concentrate. We have to give them this foundation of life. And first is that they have a relationship to Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It's not just they come to the Gurdwara, they do matha take, they get their Katha prasad, they go down for langar, they yak with their friends. There's no relationship. But how do we learn? Do we not learn by example? If we don't do it, how do we expect them? If we don't teach them why they should keep hair, why would they keep it? If we don't teach them what is the power of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, why would they understand it? Their only greatest gift is that some on their own is inside of them. And no matter how much we try to take them away, they will not leave the feet of their Guru. They feel it inside them. So our sangats today are facing that challenge. It's the truth. We have to talk. Because in our Gurdwara Sahibs like Sukh Sagar here, there'll be a time when so many from outside, Canadians, European people, they'll come to our Gurdwara and they'll say, we just want to sit with you because it's the only place where we can find peace. And they'll come. I'm telling you, they'll come. They're already starting, are they not? Because it's the only place they'll be able to sit and feel peaceful. We travel the world, we visit so many Gurdwaras all over the world, every place we go. And sometimes I sit with you in the sangat here, and I start to cry. Tears come from my eyes. Because I look at your faces, and I say, why should one be depressed? Why should we have any depression in our sangat? Why should we not all be prosperous? Guru teaches us the way to prosperity. Why should we have any addictions? So many of our sangat come and they talk to me about their families and how alcohol is destroying our families, and is true. Alcohol and drugs are destroying our sangats. We have to be tall and firm and educate so we can stop this addiction and stop the destruction within our sangat. Our children don't want politics. They want peace. Our young people want peace. Our generations want peace. There was a very famous man. He was a Christian man, a scholar. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in literature and religion. His name was Bertrand Russell. You can find on the internet. And he said that the teachings of the Sikhs, what they have, can bring peace to this entire world. That this entire world can come to peace through the teachings embodied by our Gurus and in our Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. But he said there's one problem. He said, they're not spreading it to the world. That's the problem. But we're starting to change that. I started to broadcast on television 18, almost 20 years now. And we were the first program in English in Sikhism. Many of you know me from there originally. And for 18 years, we had a half-an-hour program throughout Canada. And so many English people came and said, we never knew that the Sikh faith was so beautiful. Because all they saw was that we fight each other, right? They only see the Kirtans and read about the battles and the Gurdwaras. And they said, we heard the words that you said of your Guru. We never heard those words before. And those words changed our lives. Just hearing the purity of the teaching. And it's true. But we have to trust that to be true. I was saying our children asked why. I asked why. How does it work? My mind said, how does this work? Because that day I came to the feet of the Guru. I had never heard Gurbani, not in this lifetime. And then I sat in the sangat and I listened to the Kirtan, which I had never heard. And I closed my eyes. And the sound of the Kirtan just went through my mind and something happened to me. My mind was like, what is this? I felt clear. I don't know. I felt something inside. I didn't know what one word meant. If I had to translate. But I listened to the sound. We call that what? Shabad Guru. Right? The technology and the science of Gurbani is Shabad Guru, is the sound current. Gurmukhi is that sound vibration. And as it vibrates through us, we listen, we hear it. It changes within us. And from that first day, which I knew nothing, just like some of our young people here, I said, I have to find out what is this pure, pure science. So sung it together. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru, 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 Guru, Wahe 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 Guru, Wahe. So it's sung it, it's here. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Listen to the sound. Let it go deep within. Vibrate the Wahe Guru. The mantra of ecstasy, of light, of tomorrow. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Feel it, experience it. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Go deep inside. Let your eyes close down. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe. And feel the presence of the Siddhi Guru inside you. And let your heart open. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Feel the light within the beauty. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Is a Guru mantra of ecstasy. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. 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 Be in your stillness. Feel the peace. Let your eyes close down. Feel the light of the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj directly into your heart. And become at peace. Relax. Every physical tension will leave you. You'll be very calm. Very much at ease. And experience that oneness, Ek Onkar. Experience it inside of yourself. Feel it. Know that you are that perfect oneness. That there's no separation between you and God. And feel it. Gurbani is an experience. It's an experience with one's own self and God. What is God? We tell them God generates, organizes, and delivers, is perfect. But we get caught in that we call our ego, don't we sometimes? Someone said one day, how do you say, what is ego? I said, I don't know. But if I take the ego, it's spelled E-G-O, I drop the E, and I put a D at the other side, what do I get? God. And what's in between? Go, go, go. It's just life. So take all that ego and drop it. Don't we say drop your ego? Drop the E, put a D at the other side, you have God. That's all Guru is asking us. Drop the E and put on a D. And the rest of life is just go, go, go. Many people get up in the morning and they have their clothes ready to wear that day. Maybe they'll do something in their mind, listen to music or something. But how do we prepare ourselves every day? What did our Guru teach us? Very easy. Amrita Vela, Sachinao, Vadihai Vichar, Karmi Ave Kapara, Nadri, Mokha, Duar. Rise in the Amrit Vela. Why? Is the most quiet time for you to communicate between yourself and God. The sun is ascending, the sun is rising during that time. And we rise with the sun. As that sun rises, our spirit rises. When you wake up in that morning, begin with Paat, do Simran, you'll never be unhappy. Unhappiness can't touch you. Because not only do we prepare ourselves physically in our day, not only are we preparing ourselves mentally for our day, but we're also preparing ourselves in our spirit, our soul, our Atma. There's 24 hours in the day, is that not true? 24 hours in every day. Guru says, give me 10%. That's all. That's a pretty good deal. Guru says, give me 10% of your day, 2.4 hours. and then says, the other 90% I'm going to look after for you. That's my understanding. I rise in the Amrit Vela, I do Pat, do some exercise, do my Simran. And I say, Guruji, now you take care of the rest of me. Whatever you guide me on this day, that's where I shall be. And I trust that to be true. And I was saying earlier, we have Western mind as a why mind. And I would test it. Many years ago, I had my business and the phone wasn't ringing and I was worrying, we're not getting orders in. How am I going to pay our mortgage and pay our salary and staff and everything? And I had a choice that day. I couldn't get all angry, stressed out, uptight, worried. And I took a hukanama that morning. I said, Guruji, you guide me on this day. You tell me what I should do. And the hukanama that day, Guruji said to me, don't worry about anything. It's looked after. I'm covering everything. And my mind said, but wait, I have mortgage due tomorrow. The staff has to get paid Friday. What am I going to do? And Guruji is telling me, don't worry, it's okay. I'm taking care of everything for you. So I had a choice that day. I could either get stressed out and worry, this is still not going to come, or I can say, okay, Guruji, that is your words. I trust to be true. So in my mind, I said, go for a walk. Don't worry. And you know, Satsangiji, I went that day, I went for a walk. I said, okay, I'm not going to worry. And when I came back, the telephone started to ring. Orders came in. And for about the next 10 years, that phone never stopped ringing. Because as soon as we within ourselves release the tension, release the anxiety, the worry. I've been with you 40 years. I said, now I know how that word worry was created. I said it was created by Punjabi mothers. I don't know one that doesn't worry. But what does worry give us? Only headache, stress. And we have to teach our young people how to have that trust. And so many times, that's only one little example. Until I had to learn that I didn't have to doubt my Guru's teaching, or my Guru's word, or the hukanama, that it is so true shall be true. So Guru says, give me that 2.4 hours. Give me 10% of your day. What does that mean? What does that do for us? It aligns us. Align means to line up, right? It aligns us to Guru's will, Guru's kirpa, God's will, to serve us as we do our seva. And then I started to relax. I said, okay, you know more than me. I trust. And I knew at that time, I said, Guru, I knew if Guru gave me everything, then I had nothing. And if Guru gave me nothing, I had everything. I didn't worry. I said, Guruji, if it needs to take everything I have away, take it. It's yours. If you want to give me everything, I'm here to receive it in gratitude and through seva. And that's all we have to remind ourselves and teach our children to trust. If we're not truthful to our children, if we don't give them the truth, then how do we expect them to be truthful to us? I know some of you come to me sometime, oh, my son, my daughter, she's always lying, he's always lying. I said, are you telling them the truth? Where did they learn? if we don't give them the truth, and they want the truth, they'll pin us down to get that truth. But then you complain to me, I don't have time for this, I don't have time. One day I was teaching in Calgary, the sangat, to our young people. We were talking about Bani. And one young woman says, but Bhai Sahib, I don't have time to read Bani. She said, I don't have time to read Bani. I said, okay, well, you know. I said, do you have time to go to the mall and do your shopping? She said, yes. I said, do you have time to go on that cell phone and text and yak? She said, yes. I said, do you have time to go on your computer and do this and that, send emails, everything? She says, yes. I says, but you don't have time to read Bani? She said, no. She had time for everything else. Don't know, kids, they text, they this, that, right? But they don't have even 15 minutes to read Japji Sahib. We have to give them that understanding and that teaching. And what is the benefit? And that's the power of Wahe Guru. And that's the power of Simran. In our technology, we call this mind of ours our psyche. Psyche means that part of us that feels, comprehends, listens, hears, all that is what we call psyche. The power of Gurbani is to turn this psyche of ours 180 degrees in 180 seconds. That's 3 minutes. That's how powerful Gurbani is. Within 180 seconds, you can change this entire, we call it frequency of the mind, psyche. That's how powerful Gurbani is. That's how powerful Nam Simran is. Guru Nanak didn't make it difficult. We make it difficult. Guru Nanak only taught 3 simple understandings, 3 simple teachings. We all know them, don't we? Kirit karo, right? Work hard. Be part of this society. Contribute to it. Do righteous living. And he said, Vanchak, he said, share what you have. Give that dasvand. Give 10% of what you earn. Don't ask where it's going to go. Give it in purity and light. And Guru promises always, always success. And he said, meditate, Nam Simran. Meditate. He didn't say medicate. He said meditate. Isn't that a choice we have today? We can medicate or we can meditate. We choose meditate. What is meditation? What does Nam Simran give to us? That Simran goes deep into this mind of ours and it opens the doors of life. That's the power of Simran. So he said, yes, work hard, share what you have, but meditate. Be still within yourself. Gurbani gives us an inner stillness. What is that inner stillness? To feel, to realize, to vibrate Wahe Guru, and to walk Wahe Guru. It's a living light within you. Is that not true? And it is what we call our life source. Sung it together. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru Sangat, bolo, powerfully, Wahe Guru, 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 Wa Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿ ਜੀਓ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿ ਜੀਓ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਵਲ